This is your access point into the playoffs, or excuse me, the MSI group stage. You don't want to gamble it on something like a Kassadin, maybe. You don't have the wave clear that you need, so you go for something a bit more stable.
Absolutely everything is on the line. Tough spot to be. But my goodness, you can hear the home crowd there. Reminder, Fongvu buff
out. They say, okay, you fooled us once, you're not going to fool us twice. Zeros knows what's up.
Doesn't have the vision right now, will now get the information. Pops in a hammer form for a bit of extra move speed. Dodges out. Oh, and has to flash the Rupture, so unfortunately for Zera, still has to burn the Summoner.
And we were just complimenting the adaptation, the fact that he knew that Vi was there.
You know, the more defensive games that Gadget and Santas were playing didn't really get much initiative.
I like this.
Meliodas, though, again, this is a classic for this team, camping for the top laner. There's the flash committed. Boss going to use his flash as well. Will they go for the dive? They sidestep the Rupture. Zeros wants the first blood, but he's not going to get it.
They're not able to find it. Meliodas does fall down pretty strong, not just because of the tanky stats, but because of the area that you can cover between the Rupture and the Silence. But
Out there finds the taunt onto Gadget, who's going to have to flash pretty soon here. Devour, though, actually, maybe going to make me a liar, but Santa's now going to be the target. Tahm Kench on the table for first blood, but not enough damage.
And the Tahm Kench pick pays off right there. They tried, they threw everything in the kitchen sink to try to crack that lane, but
come on, not with this dive brewing. Predator pop by Meliodas, making their intent very clear here.
Okay, boss, no flash.
Oh, Nanasik already here, though. They've taken so long for this dive.
Here comes Orianna as well.
TP in. I think they have to pull away, but Meliodas caught by the Rupture. Gonna get silenced, gonna get knocked up by a Nanasik's Vault Breaker, but the first blood goes over. It's actually Meliodas that gets it, and Nanasik now maybe in trouble as Nor finds the snipe. He will go down to the turret, but Nomad's already burnt his flash. Can't really chase. The shockwave is beautiful, though, but Meliodas gonna land this slow. They might even fancy going in for it, but no, Nomad's able to grab the kill.
And from the mid lane, Nomans walks up there. He is able to turn it around in the back half, though. It's still a massive point when they attempted to execute this dive. Unfortunately, the rotations were not, but hold that.
Yep, Santa's already in trouble. That's going to be Big Koro cleaning up the kill. They do complete the dive with Ashe absent.
See, I agree with this one because he's going for the, what's the little Hextech revolver called? Hextech revolver?
The revolver's the component that builds into the GOP.
Yeah.
I like it. I mean, we'll see. Hold there from a Nanasik into the Rupture. That's beautifully played.
Delicious.
Yeah, Zera's kill. Not for too much longer.
Disengage. Run.
Bubble, long range, doesn't find the target. Bosto is going to be the one to go for. Oh, and that's actually a really big misstep there from Meliodas. Is only level 5 pallet. No flash, so can't really chase. Null did get a GLP off the ground, but only gets a slow and can't find a follow-up. So that's just Meliodas.
King 80 carry, and then a very early mountain. That means that if the Baron isn't warded, if they're not accounting for it, it's so easy for Vegas Conjure to abuse later on in the game.
Noman's also does a nice job spotting out Meliodas, and he's only level 6, and Orianna's level 10. So Noman's, if Null isn't here, can actually contest this pretty comfortably. So we'll move in, reset it, and that's Nanasik just getting the Drake
down, and instead it was the mid laners that bullied around, but now bot lane, there's the arrow.
What an ulti. Big Koro gonna get snapped to pieces, and Nanasik chasing in with a Chilling Spite. Now Palak gonna get ultied, and the bot lane for Vega once again has their jungler visit, and it's 2 kills over.
Just nailed him. Gadget making that Ashe pick really count for him. Known for his mages, but hitting the arrows when it matters.
I mean, Zeros,
a champion like Vi really work in a competitive meta.
Yeah, good point there. Although now Nanasik gonna get jumped on. Farrell not quite connected because I think he queued away from it. I thought he...
The strong side has now swapped over. The fact that Gadget and Santas made an early rotation. Gadget's still down there, does have TP. He's now pulled it now.
Yep, could be a big fight over the Rift Herald here. Zeros going to get jumped on, forced to flash over, and Nanasik follows with the ulti. Boss over the top, feasts on Zeros. Now Shockwave does miss for Nomans, but still already the first pick done for Vega.
We're going to call it a zoning Shockwave right there. And all Nomans needs to do is to get his ball laid down in that little choke point. So waiting for Drowsy, will probably step back forward, and he's just going to keep all 3 of those PVB members at bay. Good
poke here, though, again from the Ezreal and the Zoe. Rift Herald not getting done that quickly here. Continuing to charge in and poke down. Big chunk there onto Gadget. Boss trying to zone them out of the way. A great silence there. And with the Rift Herald done, I don't think they're going to get too much here. Pallet does have the flash. It is the TP, and PVB committing for a play. Meliodas are going to go over the top, but he can't make it over the wall. Pallet finds a 2-man taunt. Zera going to get himself the kill. Santa's maybe forfeit next.
They're going to check and look for the dive.
Nanasik moving in. The next Q doesn't land. Nor tries to find it. Goes Drowsy, does the Tahm Kench. And that's Big Koro picking up a sitter.
And something will get back for the Buffaloes here. They're also going to try to pick up Boss. Surely he will fall right now. Grab the minion wave, maybe a top tower.
Kill shot accuracy looking good right now. And there's the order from Meliodas saying, don't need accuracy with that one.
That was just dodgeball up there. He like popped the righteous glory. He's like, wait, what way is it gonna be?
And that's the tower over. High tempo game at this point.
And checking in back on No Man's build, I was excited. I wanted to see the GLP Orianna. Instead, he went for the Archangel. So looking more for having more of that late game feel that you were talking about, as opposed to prioritizing the objective. But here we go.
Yeah, No Man's chunked again. But Ananasik already here to answer. Actually, found Meliodas TP in from Vega. Arrow's going to land in as well, but Meliodas with a great stopwatch as Pallet swoops in with a hero's entrance. There's the ulti out of the way, but now Pallet's going to try and get out of there. No intent to re-engage down. Look for the assassination. PVB able to grab the carries. Orianna, though, still alive, but Big Koro over the wall takes down the jungler. And Fongvu Buffalo just brute forcing their way through Vega.
And the thing is that Vega Squadron didn't find the engage. They didn't make it work with all of those big cooldowns. And once they were expended, you can see how the Buffalo's competition just immediately rolls over you. And it was the worst time to fall down right there. They are step up towards this dragon.
They're going.
The cooldown is down.
Oh, not going to get it, but Ananasik into the bounce house. That's going to be Meliodas dead, though, but PVB just unrelenting in their pressure. Ananasik will die. Zeros now still off to the side, but he's going to try and take down No Man's with him. The shot down from the Kench, but Null able to grab the Orianna instead as Boss going to get kited out by Big Core, and he should fall as well. Rupture is good. The last Q won't quite connect, but just Stroker, there's nowhere to go. Last few autos make it happen, and that's an ace. Just barely for Fongvu.
Gadget, just now barely alive, does have access to the only silver lining here for Vega Squadron is they did get the mountain, so 2 mountains and an ocean to their name as we take another look at that 1v1.
His top side that's traditionally been very strong for the side has not been stepping up. He is landing with frightening accuracy these skill shots onto Vega.
And there's just too much to dodge, you know. Maybe you sidestep Null once, but then you get nailed by a shock blast. Maybe you're paying attention to Zeros, and so Null slips underneath the radar. And if one connects,
found Sanchez,
you're dead.
That's why he's dead. Blue buff over to Zeros as well. Fongvu Buffalo starting to get cooking here, up about 55.
Kill you, or we'll take an objective.
So Vega, you said it already, double mountain and the Cho'Gath. They're going to go for the Turbo Baron here.
This is the Hail Mary play. They know that they can't get into another poke war.
They need to poke them though, but now Vega may be turning off. The Baron resets, so the attempt is done.
Oh, it's desperation.
Oh, Big Koro, what a flash. Oh. Got chunked by the shockwave, but did not die.
Vega they're getting desperate. They don't have a shockwave. They're approaching the Baron again just because they want to try to zone people off. They're now cut away from where they need to be. You can see Ezreal preparing the wave in mid lane.
Santas and Boss just move out with the Abyssal Voyage. Null also going to take a recall. Does have Spellbook if he can swap to TP. If they want to go back in swift.
Multiple fights.
Block with your face. Ooh, second Ocean actually very valuable here for Vega versus the poke comp. So they should be able to get it here. PVB not moving in just yet. Shockwave finds 2.
But no follow-up.
Boss though, maybe another target. He's not that tanky. Pallet looking for the taunt. Will find it. Fight's going to break out. That's dead. Meliodas able to find the snipe. But as Ananasik in onto Zeros, he's forced to flash away. Null again trying to find it, but Gadget forced away as Ananasik does get the kill onto Zeros. However, Pallet looking to make the plays once again. He's got the flash, but he does not commit it. Null looking for the angles. Oh, we almost found Gadget with the bubble.
And it was another situation where every man for themselves. As soon as all of the ultimates went down, Vega Squadron like, we have to get out of here. Now, this should mean that the tower possibly falls. No Man's wants to wave clear, but it's just too dangerous. If he dies, it means so much more loss.
Can't face check Null. He's just so strong at this point. I mean, Zeros, he's making the aggressive plays. He's sacrificing himself for the better of his team at this point. They do take the turret.
Now, teleport is up and available for Boss. He can try to look for a TP. You see pinging on deep.
Yeah,
there he goes.
Vega.
Gadget's coming with him too. This is a 2-man teleport.
They can see it though. Boss in. There's Gadget though. Meliodas going to find it up, but Big Koro going to try and cut it out of there. Stun onto Pallet. Meliodas goes in. He's going to try and buy time. Here comes Zeros as well. Vega, you cannot kite out this comp, but they're forced to run away into stasis, but the front line falls, and Fongvu Buffalo coming alive.
They just annihilate Vega Squadron right now. If they want to go for the end, if they catch them, this can be game over. Series done right here. At very least, it's full Baron control.
PVB will take probably the most aggressive option presented to them, and right now that is going to be the Baron. Big Koro has already started it. There's even a controller in the back, so this is not a secret to Vega, but they can't face check here.
And I don't blame Vega Squadron for looking for that type of play. What I do blame is also putting the Ashe there. There was no reason to have your ADC land on top with your tank and then just instantly die. Crowd that was just like, you know, getting behind them, that 6-man, but the Buffaloes have come back to play and are looking like we expected.
Still smashing down turrets despite the Drake deficit. They just have so much power to play with still. Gold lead's starting to get bigger. It's very close to 10k up now. Trying to do what they can with about 2 minutes left of Baron buff. Want to break some inhibitor turrets if they can. They've got the siege to do it.
And this is the terrifying situation. You take 2 pieces of poke, and it's basically over, and it just puts you on a clock. How long can you dodge for? How much can you survive before you just have to look for the engage?
And all over the wall again. Forces Santa's away. Also got Zeros in the mid lane, trying to get the minions shoved in.
All eyes on this Ash Arrow, all eyes on the Shockwave.
Vega, when do you pick your moment? You probably want to save this tower if you can. You gotta go before you get poked out. Meliodas just with the ulti to try and zone them off and chunk Gadget a little bit.
I think that was a fear ultimate. He threw it out way too early.
I like that from Santas. Just picking up the Baron up cannon and saying, all right, that's out of there.
At this point, I think Vega Squadron will probably let the single inhib go. Losing 2 is really the nail in the coffin, but again, you're waiting for that Shockwave cooldown, so I like this. Hey, we didn't connect with the Shockwave. We can't fight them. Let's try to hold on to our other key ultimates and then just slow down how much of our base we're losing.
Kogath falls asleep, but that's probably the one target you're okay with on the Vega side. Off his full build. He's gonna go do the Drake with his jungler. That should be forfeit. Again, Pallet can see them, so he knows what's going on, but this dies very quickly.
Yeah, look how it's burning.
I mean, they've got so much damage already. They've got the secure. They will grab it. Now they're gonna run and not get picked off, and Zeros actually is assaulting the base. Maybe PVB can stop some backs, but they're just running straight towards him.
This is one of those scenarios. You're going to look back at these type of intense decisions. What was the clutch call? Was it the right call to give away an Elder? Because eventually, Buffaloes will have to go through this team to get to the base.
The minions!
So strong.
Really clutch bubble there by Nor, although Zeros has overstayed for this. It's not going to matter at this point. He's going to lose his GA. I mean, PVB are going to try and force here. They actually get the combo in onto the Cho'Gath boss. He's going to fall down. I think it's close to Stone Plate pop, but it's not enough to keep his life. And now Orianna forced to insta-cleanse. They're going to try and force them out of the base here. Already 1 inhib gotten. They've broken the towers almost everywhere but the Nexus.
Oh, no.
Big Koro is on point. Buff it out of the Shockwave twice now. PVB aren't stopping either. They say, we didn't have a Jace, you don't have a Cho'Gath. No one can really sustain this poke. Gadget certainly cannot. Push up Barrage in, that's going to force the Devour. PVB moving in forward, going to take this inhibitor. Vega running out of health to play with here. They just cannot tank this poke for too much longer.
And they ran out of cooldowns to play with. As soon as that Shockwave went down, Buffaloes were given the confidence to step back forward. It's now...
Nice from Gadget. Again, that utility helping out a ton here.
And look how they've done their lane assignments. They have the Abyssal Voyage with Orianna to quickly get here, and they're making sure that Boss is near the pit. He has Flash, he has Feast. The call is clear from Vega. They want to try to Feast steal this unless they catch out a fight.
TP in from Zeros, so they're going to try and take the jungler, but as you said, they still got the Feast, even if Ananasik dies. He's got the GA, Abyssal Voyage in. They're going to try and start a team fight here. Santa's though too far forward, and Ananasik still caught out of position. Big Koro cleanses out of the big arrow, and Meliodas finds 2. Going to look to knock them back into stasis. There's the neck down, and Ananasik will fall after the hero's entrance. Boss will be forfeit as well, and PVB might not need the Baron to end this game.
It's just 3 members alive. Can they hold against?
That's it. Goodbye. That's game. PVB. It looks like they have done it. Vega can only run away from this point as PVB will surge into the base to end the game. Santa's falls. Nomad's the only one left alive as PVB will push the final minions in towards the Nexus.
And all the analysts wanted is they wanted to see Zeros. This is who they came to see on that chase, and they finally got him. The ace comes through, and the Buffaloes are charging towards the Nexus.
They will earn their place on the mid-season's biggest stage in front of their home crowd. Fongbu Buffalo fought so hard to get here, but they will take the final spot in MSI groups.
And you can hear that crowd behind